Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Chana Adiela. Today, I would like us to discuss on a very important and sensitive subject that affects you and me directly or indirectly. The issue at hand is gender based violence or domestic violence. This kind of abuse happens in the confines of marriage or a relationship much of the time. And many people suffer in silence because they're either too afraid to seek for help or they don't know where or how they are going to seek that intervention. And unfortunately, in this kind of case scenarios, it always ends up in death. In recent news in Kenya, we all heard of the case of Faith Mweni from Machakos, who was killed by her husband. Internationally, too, the gospel music industry is mourning the loss of one wonderful woman of God, Osinachi Nwachukwu, who died as a result of injuries she sustained through abuse from her husband in her marriage. For how long? How long are we going to keep quiet about this? How long are you going to suffer in silence? My take on this, though in so many other settings, especially if the abuser is a man, they will say, she pushed me to do it. She pushed me to slap her, to hit her. And in the case of women, when they are the abusers, where they pour burning hot water or acid or any other liquid on their husbands or boyfriends, they claim, I lost it. He cheated on me. Whether you are pushed to anger, do not act on it. If you can't handle this relationship anymore, if the heat is too much for you in that kitchen of marriage or a relationship, get out. You don't have a right to abuse anyone. And abuse much of the time has different forms. Many of us just know of the physical bit, but it is broader than that. There's the emotional, where the abuser humiliates, insults, belittles the victim. Financial, where the abuser much of the time will have financial empowerment. He or she will end up denying the basic financial needs of his partner. It can be psychological. The abuser wants to have control, full and total control over the victim. They dictate as to who you talk to, what you dress, how you speak, how you present yourself before others. It can also be sexual. You'll find much of the time the abuser will force themselves or force sexual acts which the victim doesn't like or which hurt the victim. These and so much more. Do not suffer anymore in silence. Speak up. Yes, much of the time people say there are no avenues for that. They will go to the police station after they are battered. And then the abuser, much of the time he's financially empowered. He bribes the cops. The case is forgotten. That should not be the case anymore. Today, I want to inform you all that there's a network organization in Kenya called GBV that caters for that. If you ever happen to be in a domestic abused relationship or marriage situation, just call 1195. It's toll free. There are no charges on all mobile phone carriers in Kenya. Call that number 1195. It is free, and they have a team of people who are knowledgeable on these matters, and they will give you the right assistance that you need. Today I did call them. I spoke to them because I wanted to find out, does that number work? And do they offer the right help and assistance to someone who is going through abuse? And I can tell you for free, yes, 1195 works. How, you may ask? Allow me to read through my notes. When you make that call to 1195, they have trained counselors who listen to you, listen to your matter, and take action. The first thing they do is they ensure that you're safe. So if you are in an abusive marriage and you have not been able to get out of that abusive marriage, and it's at the point of a homicide, they will engage the police, and the police will be able to take on that matter. And if need be, if that case has to go to court, they have some legal bodies that take care of all the legal aspects of this with no cost to you. Some of those legal bodies are FIDA, which is well known in Kenya. We also have COVO, Coalition of Violence Against Women. We also have NALIP, National Legal Aid and an Awareness Program. We also have CREO, Center for Rights, Education and Awareness. These are all legal bodies that handles matters that pertain to gender-based violence. They cater to male and female. They are not limited to just female. So do not suffer in silence. Speak up, call them. The second thing they do, they offer safe environment for victims. They have shelters across the country which house all gender-based violence victims and their children, if they have any. They also offer medical attention and care through some private hospitals and also through government hospitals at no cost to you, as long as you have called the 1195 number. They also offer counseling to all victims to help you start the journey of healing. They also have economic empowerment through the various shelters that they run throughout the country. Lastly, did you also know that FGM is also an abuse to the girl child and the women? I'm sure you didn't know that. Yes, female genital mutilation or female circumcision is a sort of abuse to the girl child and the women. Let us stop all this abuse and let us stop keeping quiet. If you yourself are being abused, speak up. If you know someone who is being abused, speak up too. Help them. I beg to plead for you to share this video and share that information of that number 1195, the GBV line. You can save a life and you can even save your own life. I love you all. Remain blessed. Bye.